Imagine hearing a violin and seeing a cascade of sapphire blue swirl before your eyes, or a drumbeat pulsing in vibrant red as if the sound itself painted the air. For most of us, music is just sound, but for Julie, every note explodes into a vivid world of color. Welcome to Mysteries Within, where we unravel true stories of human mysteries that challenge what we believe is possible. Today, we dive into the astonishing brain of Julie, a woman whose synesthesia transforms music into a kaleidoscope of colors. How does her mind create this sensory symphony, and what does it reveal about the secrets hidden in all our brains? Let's step into this vibrant enigma. Picture yourself misplacing your keys, that familiar pang of frustration as you retrace your steps. We've all been there, grappling with the limits of our memory. But for Julie, a 32-year-old artist from London, her brain doesn't just remember, it paints. Growing up, Julie thought everyone saw colors when they heard music. At age 8, she sat in her school's music class, listening to a piano play Chopin's Nocturne. As the notes floated, she saw soft purples and golds swirling in her mind like a sunset unfolding. She turned to her friend and whispered, "Don't you love how purple this song is?" Her friend stared, confused. That's when Julie realized her world was different. Julie has chromesthesia, a type of synesthesia where sounds, especially music, trigger vivid color visions. Synesthesia, affecting about 4% of people, is a neurological condition where one sense activates another, creating a blend of sensory experiences. For Julie, a single violin note might spark a deep indigo while a trumpet blares in fiery orange. These aren't random. The colors are consistent, like a personal code her brain has written. A 2013 study found that synesthetes like Julie experience these cross-sensory connections automatically, their brains wiring sights and sounds together in ways most of us can't imagine. Let's go back to Julie's childhood in the 1990s. She grew up in a bustling London suburb, where her parents ran a small bookstore. Julie loved sitting in the shop's corner, flipping through art books while her dad played classical music on an old radio. Tchaikovsky's symphonies were her favorite, bursting into emerald greens and ruby reds in her mind's eye. She'd sketch what she saw, filling notebooks with colorful swirls inspired by the music. But she kept this secret, fearing others would think she was odd. Have you ever had a childhood memory so vivid it feels like yesterday? For Julie, those memories weren't just feelings, they were a gallery of colors, each song a painting etched in her brain. By her teens, Julie's synesthesia shaped her life. At 16, she joined her school's orchestra playing the flute. Every rehearsal was a visual feast. A cello's low hum glowed in earthy brown while her flute's high notes danced in silvery blue. But it wasn't always easy. Loud, chaotic music like a rock concert could overwhelm her, flooding her vision with clashing colors like a canvas splattered with too many hues. She'd leave concerts dizzy, her brain struggling to process the sensory overload. Yet she cherished her gift, describing it as a sixth sense that made life richer. So what's happening in Julie's brain? Scientists have studied synesthesia for decades, and brain imaging offers clues to this human mystery. A 2010 study using magnetoencephalography, published showed that in chromesthetes, the brain's visual cortex, specifically area V4, responsible for color processing, lights up within 110 milliseconds of hearing a sound. Normally these areas work separately, but in Julie's brain they're like neighbors chatting over a fence, sharing signals. Researchers, including Dr. Edward Hubbard at the University of Wisconsin, suggest this happens because of extra connections in the brain. During early development, most brains prune unused neural pathways, but in synesthetes these links persist, creating a sensory crossover. Think of it like a city's wiring. In most of us, the power lines for sound and sight are separate, each serving its own district. But in Julie's brain the lines are tangled, so flipping the sound switch also lights up the color district. This isn't a disorder. Julie's brain is healthy, just wired differently. In fact, synesthetes often excel in memory and creativity. A 2003 study by Dr. Julia Simner at the University of Edinburgh found that synesthetes have an edge in recalling sequences, as their sensory blends act like built-in memory aids. For Julie, a song's colors are like sticky notes, helping her recall melodies years later. Let's step into Julie's world as an adult. By her 20s, she was a rising artist, her paintings vibrant abstracts inspired by music. At a 2015 gallery show in London, her work caught the eye of a curator. One piece, a swirling mix of blues and greens, was titled Beethoven's Fifth. Julie explained it was how the symphony looked to her, a stormy sea of color. The curator, intrigued, asked if she had synesthesia. Julie nodded, finally feeling understood. That moment sparked her to share her story, connecting with other synesthetes online. She learned her condition ran in families. Her aunt, a pianist, later admitted to seeing colors too, though she'd never spoken of it. Julie's art isn't just personal, it's a window into her brain's secrets. She describes painting as translating music's colors onto canvas. A single brushstroke might capture a violin's violet or a drum's crimson. Her process is intuitive, almost trance-like, as she listens to music and lets the colors guide her. This creativity aligns with research suggesting synesthetes are often drawn to artistic fields. Famous figures like Vincent van Gogh, who reportedly saw colors when hearing piano notes, and musician Mary J. Blige, a known synesthete, share this trait. Their brains turn sensory input into art, blurring the line between perception and imagination. But Julie's synesthesia isn't all beauty. Everyday life can be a challenge. Imagine driving through a city, the radio blaring pop music. For most of us it's background noise, but for Julie it's a flood of colors, yellows, pinks, greens, flashing in her vision. Once, while navigating a busy London street, a loud car horn triggered a burst of red, startling her. She had to pull over, overwhelmed. These moments remind us that even extraordinary abilities come with trade-offs. Yet Julie embraces her synesthesia, saying it's like living in a world where music paints the air. Science still holds puzzles about synesthesia. A 2018 article notes that while developmental synesthesia, like Julie's, is genetic, the exact genes are elusive. A 2019 study identified 37 gene variants linked to sound color synesthesia, some tied to brain connectivity. But why has this trait persisted? Some researchers, like Dr. David Brang at UC San Diego, hypothesize it offers cognitive advantages like enhanced perception or creativity, giving synesthetes an evolutionary edge. Others wonder if it's a byproduct of other brain traits like those seen in autism where synesthesia is more common. Let's pause for a relatable moment. Have you ever heard a song that instantly took you back to a specific time, like a summer road trip or a childhood birthday? Music has a way of anchoring memories. For Julie, those memories are doubly vivid, tied to colors that make them unforgettable. When she hears a song from her teens like Radiohead's Karma Police, she doesn't just recall the melody, she sees its olive greens and deep purples like a snapshot of her past. This blend of senses makes her life a gallery of moments, each one a masterpiece. As Julie's story spread, she became a voice for synesthetes. In 2020, she spoke at a neuroscience conference describing how her brain turns music into art. Scientists in the audience were fascinated, asking her to describe specific songs. When she said Mozart's Requiem was a tapestry of midnight blue and gold, they nodded, recognizing the consistency of her perceptions. Her talk inspired studies, like one in 2023 exploring how synesthesia enhances artistic expression. Julie's openness has helped demystify this human mystery, showing it's not a quirk but a profound way of experiencing the world. Now let's step into the unknown. Julie's brain raises a question. What else might our minds be capable of? If 4% of us have synesthesia, blending senses in ways we're only beginning to understand, could there be other hidden abilities waiting to be discovered? Perhaps your brain holds secrets too, memories, perceptions, or talents you've yet to unlock. The human mind is a frontier full of mysteries within, waiting to be explored. This is Mysteries Within, where we uncover true stories that challenge our understanding of the human experience. If Julie's vivid world amazed you, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to join us for more brain secrets and human mysteries. What do you think? Could your brain be hiding a sixth sense? Drop your thoughts in the comments and watch our next video to unravel another enigma. Until then, keep wondering what lies within.